Hello to you. My name is Jessie R. Johnson. This is Flat Earth, Globe Earth, Perception, Perspective, their differences. In dealing with mechanics, it's best to have every mechanical view possible. In technical drafting, one has 10 views: top view, bottom view, left side view, right side view, two-dimensional, three-dimensional, angled, oblique, back, front. In art, one has two main views: perception and perspective. In geometry, one has three general views: linear, planar, volumetric. In physics, one has four views: classical, modern, Tesla, Johnson. Please see my videos on the 4 levels of logic and the 4 levels of physics. This will alert you to more comprehension. There are other views, such as spiritual, which is the ultimate highest view of all highest views. Present science, or scientific materialism, is the view of a complex machine. One problem is when humans take the mechanical view to be the only one which describes and explains this world correctly and most in depth. It doesn't. Science is the view of a complex robot android. Spirituality is the view of living beings, which is far superior. There is nothing wrong with mechanical views when you need it. I'll speak a little on perception and perspective, giving a few points. Perception and perspective, giving a few points. The earth is flat, at least the part we live on. I once considered the earth to be ball-shaped. That's what I was taught from childhood, from teachers, TV, magazines, science books, books in general, movies, radio, space organizations, and with everyone else repeating it, etc. There are those, mainly men. Women in general aren't much concerned about the earth's shape. Men who argue about the earth's shape with globe earthers, considering their brainwashing modern and considering flat earthers to be backwards. The fact of the matter is, the earth is flat, and in fact, flat and not ball-shaped, at least the part we live on. Let's go over a few points or two. Perception gives seeming curved lines. Perspective gives straight lines. Mechanical perception is the sense that when one is standing on a beach watching a ship go away, one sees the bottom disappear first, then the top last. Then the ship disappears completely. This is called perception limit. Now, take a powerful zoom lens camera, something people didn't have 1,000 years ago. Zoom in on the ship and the total ship reappears. Perspective gives straight lines, meaning if it weren't for the mists, thickness of the earth's gaseous layers, fog, and the limitations of the camera, then the ship is seeable from California to Hawaii, over 2,400 miles away. Let's go to B. Or when a jet crosses the sky and disappears. Take a telescope and it brings the jet back into view, provided weather conditions are good. There's a perceptual limit to all systems, whether the eyes, binoculars, cameras, telescopes, etc. We'll go to C. Perception gives the sky a limited dome shape above one's head, where the sky and ground seem to meet at a horizon. Perspective gives one straight lines and things disappear at a vanishing point. Perception does not do this. People have trouble telling the difference between perception and perspective. The same happens with the earth. The further away one moves from the surface of a ball-shaped earth, the more its surface recedes downward, away from view. One must look downward to see that surface from a 90-degree angle, no matter how high one goes. This is the case. Even if one goes 1 mile, 5 miles, 20 miles, 50 miles, 100 miles or more, etc., from its surface. The further down one must look to see that surface. With a large enough flat surface, the surface stays 50% or halfway across eye pupil level at all times, no matter how high one goes, depending on the size of the surface. Even at 1,000 miles up, the surface of a flat plane would remain at halfway across eye pupil level at 90 degrees to the height line above the surface, while one would have to look constantly downward below a 90-degree angle to the radius line to see a ball earth surface. Once again, a curved surface recedes downward, and you must look down to see the surface as one moves away at all times. A flat surface stays 50% across pupil eye level because of perception, and one never looks down to see the surface, but straight out at all times at 90 degrees to the height line. Once again, the Earth's surface is flat. One can use airplanes, jets, balloons, or Tesla ships, UFOs, flying saucers that is, to find this out and know this. Now, I'm going to move the camera and show you some simple illustrations. Hold on, please, for a moment. Now, as I was saying, with a ball-shaped Earth, you must look down. If the radius of the Earth is approximately 4,000 miles in radius, each one of these is 1,000 miles represented here. 1,000 miles. Take one of these, put it here, 1,000 miles. You are 1,000 miles above the Earth's surface if it were a ball-shaped object, with a 90-degree angle to that height line, which is an extended radius line, and you would have to look downward from the 90-degree line, straight down to see the surface of the Earth at any given moment. You'd have to look down at any given moment. And this is how much of the surface of the Earth you would see at these tangent points. At these tangent points, this is all you would see of the surface of the Earth. Even at 1,000 miles up, you'd only see this much. And once again, you must look down to see the curvature of a ball-shaped Earth. On a flat surface, there's a difference. Here is 1,000 miles up above the surface. 1,000. This T-looking lines here. This is 90 degree to the height line. 1,000 miles up, and the first thing you would notice is that the Earth's perception limit would let you see a seemingly curved line at 50% or halfway across the one's eye pupils, and you would also feel that a perception sink is there, because it would seem as though, because the Earth is flat, it would stay at 50% eye level all the way around you, but you would feel as though there is a sink. That when you look down, when you look straight down, you would feel there's a sink around you, sort of like a shallow, being inside of a shallow bowl, being in a shallow bowl, it would seem. Once again, perception gives seeming curved lines. Perspective gives straight lines. I want to thank everyone for listening and watching, and have a good day.